Alright, so we made it out of group stages. We went 6-0. I am very sad that the video against the two young boys got cut because we were playing really well. Point is, we did very well so far, and the strategy is working. My drives are feeling so freaking good. What do you think about my drives, V?
Very fast, powerful, like bullets.
Really good, like Nick being a presence at the net, so it's like if they don't hit it, they can't just return it. They have to like drop it low and short. Otherwise, Nick is on it. Because right now, even if they drop it kind of low, he's still on it. So they really need to like drop it short into the kitchen so he can't hit it out of the air. But it's not that easy at this level for people to handle these drives. So that's really good. We're going into the groups now, 3-0. Apparently there were 3 groups. They changed it. There were 3 groups, and it was the top 2 teams out of each group move on. So there's 6 teams total, and we're starting in the quarterfinals, but 2 teams or something like that get a bye. So I think we get a bye. I think we're on to the semis. I think we wait one. That's what happened last time in the singles. So
wait, so there are 6 teams?
There are 6 teams total, yeah. And I think it's starting in the quarterfinals, but 2 teams get byes. I think it's the 2 best scoring teams, I think, which is definitely us, and one more team.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, we're just gonna wait and see what happens. Yeah, we made it past the groups, 4.0, didn't lose a match, it's amazing. And now just to not choke in the remaining matches, because right now I've been playing very like pressure-free, enjoying it. So yeah.
A little bit more pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
But you get to play on the cool kids courts.
Yeah, we get to play on the cool kids courts.
Wow.
Alright y'all, it's Tigu back once again, and we are into the playoff stages. Alright, truthfully, I tried recording this voiceover earlier, but then after doing the voiceover, I was like, wait, I was like half asleep and zoned out half that time, so we're giving it another go. But anyways, we're on to the playoff stages now. Got out of the round robin, as I said. Oh, nice play. As I said, 6-0 out of the round robin. And so this is straight into the semifinals. We did get a bye, so we got to skip the quarterfinals because we ended in the #1 spot out of the round robin, out of everybody. So that's pretty sick. And so then Sun and LJ here made it through the quarterfinals, and we're playing them again because they are the second team we actually played in the round robin. So this is a rematch, but this time it's for a place in the finals for a shot at the gold and 4.0 doubles. So this is going to be a lot more, I feel, pressure for me and nervy than the round robin. Just because I have never gotten, you know, I got this far one time randomly in semis of a 4.0 tournament, but this was like the one time where I was like, oh, I think like we have a good look at winning, actually going for the gold, you know. So there was a little bit more pressure. So in these games, you're going to see probably some nervy points, especially at the beginning, and then if we're closing, always a little bit of a nerves there too, because you know, like, don't play tournaments that often, and so I think honestly, just when you don't play that often, I do put a little bit more like specialness. Like right there, look at that, what was going on there? Sun in my eyes, wind blowing, couldn't even see the ball, or was I just really nervous and just like kind of froze? So yeah, so some stuff's gonna be going on like that. I'm not gonna talk through this whole match because I just don't think there's not much to talk about the whole freaking time. But we'll say once again, Sun and LJ, very like nice, friendly competition kind of thing. So it was cool. And then, you know, we had like a bunch of friends that I made here kind of watching us, cheering them. You can hear them, they're getting like, you know, getting rowdy and enjoying it. So that's nice. And on to the strategy part. As I said in the round robin video, our strategy going into this term was basically, oh my lordy, what a freaking drive, was basically I was going to be driving the crap out of almost every third shot, and we're looking for that good old faithful shake and bake, you know. So that's what we're mostly going to be going for until someone drags us, like shows us that the drives are not working, or they drag us into the kitchen and start making us dink with them. And in the case that we do get dinking, you know, I feel better about dinking than I used to, but it's still not, I'm not trying to sit there and play, you know, war of attrition and make them miss first. I'm looking for speed ups, like how can I get out of this, and I will engage or like possibly sprinkle in a few inappropriate speed ups just to see if we can get into a hands battle, get out of dinks if we get dragged into dinking. That was the idea. So anyways, going like just to quick, like, I'm just going to talk about the end of this match before, you know, so I can kind of get out of here. But I will come back in for the next match. But towards the end of this match, like I said, getting near closing out the match, the nerves start kicking in a bit. You'll see like 2 missed returns off of just, you know, they're whatever serves, right? It's just not actually like a serve that's putting pressure. It's just random misses. And you'll see 2 in a row at the end. Nick misses 1, and then I miss 1. Just like the one that I missed is just egregious. It was like I almost hit like I hit a lob or something. It was out by like 5 feet. And I think it really did help that when it was getting tight at the end and getting close, Nick, as my partner, you know, when I made that just terrible return, he turned around to me and he said, me too, me too. And I think just knowing like that made me feel like we are in this together. Like we're kind of going through the same thing together. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like he's blaming me or telling me like, yo, what the F, dude, that was a terrible shot, you know, which that would only make you more tight, I feel. And that really just like, I think like right after that, honestly, he said that and I loosened up. So yeah, that was a very good finish and that was really good. Also, another thing is like, I don't know if it was like now that we're into the bracket stages, getting like close to kind of this goal that we're chasing of getting the gold, right? Nick was getting hyped. He was like yelling like yes after every point we won. And honestly, I'm like, dude, is this guy gonna lose his voice because he is yelling, you know? And it's totally just to hype himself up, so that's good. And for me, I'm like, I don't really express myself in that way, like yelling like that too much. So in hindsight, looking at this, I'm like, I hope I did not bring down his spirits, but you know, it seemed like he was doing fine. So anyways, I'm going to step out now and I'll come in at the beginning of the next match. So Burb.
Nice, good blocks. Yes, sir! All good. Two stops. Yeah, you good. You good. Nice. Good. Nice. Good. Nice. 1-5.
All right, we are into the finals against Mike and Michael, but they told us their names were Mike and Mike, so I will be referring to them as Red Mike and Gray Mike, according to their shirt colors. So this one, we are definitely going to be seeing some nervy play because we are in the finals for sure. I mean, I think that's just how it is right now, not being like super experienced in doubles tournaments yet. So it's kind of how it always is. I don't think you ever really just like figure out nerves, like there's just zero nerves, but like, you know, you just learn to manage them where it doesn't really affect you that much. So that's going to be that. And this match was going to be a little different because watching their previous match, and you even hear them, like if I were to turn, like not voiceover right now, you can hear Red Mike, who was kind of the leader of this team, it seems. I mean, it was pretty obvious. And he was telling Gray Mike, like right idea, that's our game. We just got to get them to it, or draw them into it basically, because they wanted to play kitchen. They wanted to dink, slow it down, where we're going to be playing aggressive and trying to speed up points and keep things moving quickly. So there are more dinks and like short, because that's what they're trying to do. But there's also going to be just random misses because we're trying to just keep things sped up. So there's this is just a different dynamic of a game. And, you know, honestly, like seeing right here, rushed it. Seeing Red Mike kind of like be a force and be so consistent at the kitchen, it's like I definitely do not want to be dinking to Red Mike. I'm going to be dinking to Gray Mike, who is more like, it wasn't just making mistakes off every dink, but it felt less dangerous than Red Mike for sure. You saw that one point a couple points ago where I reached in and just tried to flick a shot and hit it straight in the net. You know, I think that's not a bad thing to do, because if you never try to reach in, you don't know your range, you don't know what you can do. So until you see it, like try it once and realize, like kind of limit testing, you know, then you kind of know it's like, okay, what can I go for? What should I not be going for, especially in a match? And just another thing about the whole dinking and our strategy and not changing it too much is, you know, coming into the tournaments, we have a certain skill set. I talked about this in the last video as well. But it's like if dinking attrition is not our, you know, forte, like that's not what our bread and butter, right? Well, what are the chances that it suddenly becomes that in the middle of the tournament? Sometimes that actually happens. Like I was feeling pretty good there, you know, hitting decent ones, but not like that's not where we're making our living. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I generally tend to stick with what you know, try to get the game into your style, and you can kind of work on the other stuff like outside of the tournament. But generally, unless you're just completely outclassed and there's absolutely no way to win, you know, trying completely new stuff typically is not going to just completely work in the tournament. But there are times it works. It's just on the general. You know what I'm saying? So also, by the way, actually, let me just interject quick due diligence for the algorithm and showing that you enjoy the content, blah, blah, blah. Like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc. And maybe someone will pay for my tournament fee so I can do more tournaments after I recover from this, spoiler alert, current real life injury that I am dealing with right now. But anyways, yeah, there's that. So, I was feeling some tightness in my shins at the end of the semifinals match. Now, what does that mean? That might sound a little weird. What is tightness in the shins? I have gone through this enough and like played enough to where this is happening a lot during pickleball, where when I feel this tightness in my shins, usually I am starting to get dehydrated and I will be cramping shortly thereafter. And this never used to happen. Like even when I play tennis and I am outside, sweat my balls off. That doesn't happen really. But nowadays, it is like after I started pickleball, you know, I was noticing this is starting to happen. And I'm not sure if it's just the different movements or whatever, or like just not having played tennis in so long, like my stamina cardio is not as great as it used to be. And then also nerves definitely like kind of accelerates that whole thing. I am kind of like when it go 8 matches deep, whatever, I definitely feel like I am getting into that cramp zone. So I really need to be wary of like my salt intake. And it's not like a water thing. I was actually making sure I was drinking plenty of water. It's actually just, I need more, oh my gosh. I just actually need more salt without the water, stop diluting that electrolyte balance in my body. But so I end up, oh wait, we're right on time because I end up cramping right here. I reached up, thought maybe it's going out or something like that. I don't know. It was way in, and my right leg calf cramped. Yeah, I was pretty upset right there, so I kind of just did a little tooting noise. But yeah, my right leg cramped right there, and we took a timeout. Like I said, I ingested salt. I carry around salt now because I kind of know this has happened to me a couple times now, so kind of done that. But you know, the funny thing is, look at these dinks. Like, it's like not bad, and I think it's honestly because I couldn't move anymore, so I wasn't thinking about like shuffling a bunch and staying on my balls, my feet. I was like minimal steps and just laid back, dinking neutrally, which is funny because I've seen a video of Tyson McGuffin in his drill academy things or whatever, where he was talking about in tennis you move a lot, all these small steps, but he's like, then he said in the kitchen though, we're not trying to do that. You're trying to minimize your steps. Not that you shouldn't be ready with your footwork, but it's like I felt less pressure, less moving, nerve about moving. What a point. But I think it's actually because I was just like, I couldn't do it. I was scared I was going to cramp, so I wasn't doing it as much. And that kind of took some of the nerves away just because I was like, I can't actually overdo this. But here's another thing though, guys. Towards the end, they start catching up here, evening it out. And for me, once I cramp already, and like every movement feels like I'm about to cramp, I get a little scared and I kind of go lighter so I don't cramp. Right? Like I'm not even willing to risk the cramp again, like re-cramping. And so I'll go a little lighter, but sometimes that means not playing as well because you're not like engaging your legs and your movements to the max, right? And back when I was a tennis player, this cost me matches where I would like cramp, and then I'd take like the break or hydration or whatever, and I'd, you know, oh, wait a second, what's going on here? Only humorous because of what happened afterwards. But anyways, yeah, so like back in the tennis, I'd cramp. I'd be scared of re-cramping, so I'd play lighter, kind of not put weight on that leg and stuff. And I'd lose the match. And my regret was never that I lost, but it was that I didn't try harder and like put myself at risk there because I was scared to cramp. So basically because I was scared, I basically lost without giving myself the best shot. And so when they started catching up here, I kind of played that back in my head, and I was like, all right, TQ, we are not reliving these freaking nightmares. You know what? Just go for it. If you cramp, but we are not going to regret not giving it our all. And that's what I did after they caught up here at 12-12. I was like, all right, screw it. We're just going to be moving. And also, it helped a lot, like when I'm thinking all these things about cramping and worried about cramping, blah, 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 et cetera, right there, it's like I didn't move completely because I was kind of like, my legs kind of feeling funny. And then right here, I was like, all right, you know what, screw, enough of that. They've caught up, we're not giving it up. But like I was saying, it helped that Nick actually started calling some plays, like telling me where to hit the ball. He's like, drive it here, blah, blah, blah. Just because I already had so many things running through my head with this cramp and trying to like deal with the mental overcoming of like, just play, stop playing light. That it helped. I didn't have to think as much.
Nice! One more! Yeah, so good, Mike. Come on.
Championship point. And we do it! We secure the gold! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Our men's 4.0 medalists, and I want to say thank you guys all for competing today. Really appreciate you guys playing out there. Very, very fun to watch. I am going to put my third place finishers up here first. I have Duke and Gabriel finishing third and taking the bronze medals today in our 4.0.
Deaf-blind amputee division.
Taking our silver in second place, we do have Mike and Mike. Please come up to the podium here. I hope I wasn't being presumptuous like that.
It's for your sponsor, so you gotta hold it.
And the gold medal tonight, we do have Thomas and Nicholas. Come on.
Yes!
This gold medal is amazing. Congratulations. Very hard fought division.
But who won best dress?
Us. Once again, guys, your men's doubles 4.0 medalist.
Good job, you guys.
And there we have it. First ever 4.0 doubles golds. On to the next one. Thank you, Nick, for playing with me. It was awesome, and we achieved our goal. Thanks for our friends that came and supported. My beautiful girlfriend for taking professional photos. And you guys for watching. If you stick around this long. Peace!